The question we ask ourselves is, how do we follow a needs-based approach with limited funding? The main challenge that we did come with this year was access across the board. It's always been an issue, but it came as the major challenge in 10 out of the 13 crises that we covered. In Somalia, the number of international staff has dropped to 0 from several hundreds a year ago. We know that organizations were forced to leave Darfur after Bashir's indictment with the ICC. Access was again an issue in Afghanistan. It is now in Pakistan as well. And just last week, the UN had to withdraw much of its staff from many parts of both of these countries. But it's not just related to security concerns, but also political considerations and logistical issues that access be such a major problem. And we've seen that this is the case, well, in Sri Lanka, in Ethiopia, and it was in Georgia as well, where even sovereignty is at times taken as an excuse to not to obstruct access. And finally, the other major issue that I want to flag is really on prevention, because the international system really has to find a way to see how we can make prevention pay. Across the board, there's a continued failure to engage in prevention. And some crises this year were entirely foreseeable. It's the loss of lives in Sri Lanka, but also in Gaza, and now again in Pakistan, because as a result of the military surge, then the displacement occurs. And regardless of what we know is going to happen, there's not enough contingency planning that goes into the process, or supplies or humanitarian personnel that's placed in advance of a crisis.